is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great.
He's skilled enough, yes. I'm going to give it to him. He's skilled enough because he's winning.
Uh-huh.
Even if he's fighting guys that your guys don't believe are good enough fighters, they should be able to beat him.
Right.
Right, but they can't.
Right.
So he's beating people who he shouldn't really be beating. We got to give him that credit. He's beating people that he really should not be beating.
Man, this is going to be better than damn Circus Olay. Yeah, going to look weird as hell in the ring together, man. You see how big Jake Paul is? 200 plus pounds? Man, I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Mike Tyson has shown admiration for Jake Paul's talent, saying the YouTuber turned boxer deserves more recognition. Tyson points out that Jake has real ability and traits critics often ignore. He argues that Paul's skills in the ring are dismissed unfairly only because of his unusual start in boxing. In Tyson's opinion, Jake's capability in the sport deserves respect regardless of how he entered the game.
Jake Paul, he keeps saying he wants to fight you. Do you want to fight him?
That could be very interesting.
It could be interesting.
I never took it really serious, but that could be really interesting.
Do you think that he is skilled enough to make it something that you might actually want to do?
He's skilled enough, yes. I'm going to give it to him. He's skilled enough because he's winning.
Uh-huh.
Even if he's fighting guys that your guys don't believe are good enough fighters, they should be able to beat him.
Right.
Right, but they can't.
Right.
So he's beating people who he shouldn't really be beating. We got to give him that credit. He's beating people that he really should not be beating.
Jake Paul has once again drawn the spotlight of the sports world, not only for his debated fights, but also for the platform chosen to showcase them. Paul highlighted that boxing is becoming more thrilling every day. With Netflix stepping in as the broadcast partner, it marks a new chapter for the sport. This step matters because Netflix, one of the world's biggest entertainment services, has now entered combat sports, bringing boxing to mainstream viewers who may never have paid for traditional pay-per-view shows.
Huge news, by the way.
It's massive.
Like,
yeah.
I know we're taking it very nonchalantly. Massive. This is going to be your next super fight. And this is
on Netflix. Netflix. Insane.
So it's another Netflix fight.
November 14th, Netflix. Hey, it's fun. It's funny. Like, actually, you kind of like pioneered this a little bit. The pay-per-view model for combat is dying, it seems, especially now with the Paramount's acquisition of UFC. It seems like free fights may be the way of the future.
Piracy is such a big problem. That's what it is.
And I thought you did that with one of your fights where you were going against the piracy. What fight was that? Where I don't know, maybe.
No, I mean so there's there was like the TV era of boxing, then there was the pay-per-view era of boxing, and now we're going into the streaming era of boxing. So it's just interesting. Things are going to get weird, but I mean, shout out to Netflix to like believe in it.
So at what point can we give a shout out to your mom?
This topic is really interesting and really clip worthy. That's why I keep hammering him with questions. Do we move on now? Or
I mean, we can move on. I would just say this, Jake. Let me tell you something, bro.
Okay.
And I don't mean to lil bro you, but
he always does.
Hey, can we switch it to younger?
Oh
bro?
my God.
Younger bro.
Yeah, sure. Whatever the fuck you want.
He is bigger than you.
He's actually bigger than you. He's actually bigger than you.
Not height wise.
Yo, today, right now, you guys get in an argument and it goes down. Who's winning?
I mean, Jake's on edge, bro. I think he's. Here's the difference. He's capable of.
I'm aware.
Like really. I'm not sure. I mean, well.
Mike Tyson's opinion carries more weight than nearly any expert in boxing because of his legendary career in battles with the toughest punchers. After sparring with Jake Paul, Tyson admitted Jake's punches carried surprising strength. Tyson said his body felt sore after their session. That comment stunned many who doubted Paul's power. Coming from Tyson, who delivered and survived brutal knockouts, this wasn't casual praise. It showed that Paul's strength is real, not fake hype. It also proves Paul's commitment to training and boxing basics, showing he isn't just a YouTuber trying boxing, but a serious athlete who can cause real damage.
Oh, no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jacob doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah. A little bow at the end. He bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, right after, the day after, I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
Mike Perry, famous for his blunt style, strongly rejected the thought of Gervonta Davis stepping in against Jake Paul. Perry argued that Tank Davis is no longer the knockout fighter he used to be, saying his passion for boxing has faded. Perry added that when a boxer loses true love for the sport, it becomes very hard to compete with rivals who are naturally larger, heavier, and more driven. He stressed that Davis, even with his talent and speed, would face serious trouble against Paul, who might enter the ring weighing nearly 180 pounds. That kind of size difference is no small factor. It changes how punches land, how stamina holds up, and how much damage a fighter can take.
Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
Yeah, true. Final question from me. Canelo, Terrence Crawford, who you got in that fight?
I think I'm going with the Mexican power.
Coach Greg Hackett gave a more balanced opinion, saying Gervonta Davis's choice to fight Jake Paul is based on money, not desperation. Hackett pointed out that there's nothing wrong with chasing a big payday, since all fighters want to earn as much as possible in their careers. In his view, Davis accepting this fight doesn't mean his career is finished or that his past success is less meaningful. It's simply a smart business call. Hackett asked fans and critics not to insult Tank for taking it. Boxing has always been linked to money after all, and prize fighting has always mixed financial rewards with legacy.
When I first saw the headlines and I saw that they was, instead of him fighting Lamont, he'd be fighting Jake, whatever. At first I was like, damn, Tank, that's kind of crazy. That's up. But then I started thinking about it throughout the day. I'm thinking about it. I'm seeing the posts and I'm like, yo, none of this is guaranteed. None of that we do in life is guaranteed. And it's also not a guarantee that we all gonna be here for a long time. You know what I mean? We all know somebody that died too early. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I know about life, when I hear old heads talk, you ask them about regrets. I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. I wish I could have did this. I wish I could have did that. At the end of the day, man, you taking a shot at some money. We all wish we could have made that kind of money. I don't understand the issue. He could come back and fight whoever he want after that. His career is not over just because you fighting Jake Paul. Jake Paul ain't no type of fucking demon. It's not like he about to go in there with Godzilla. You about to play around for 8 rounds, 2 minutes with a dickhead. You know what I mean? No disrespect. But, with somebody that think they know how to fight. This is a bank robbery. You know what I'm saying? This is what people do in the corporate world every day. Still money. He doing it. I'm not mad at that, man. Yeah, I ain't mad at Tank for some that.
Former champion Timothy Bradley spoke sharply, calling the whole thing a circus. For Bradley, the size difference is too extreme to overlook. Jake Paul normally weighs over 200 pounds, while Gervonta Davis built his career as a lightweight. Bradley stressed that this type of fight damages boxing's credibility because it breaks the key rule of equal weight classes. He views the match as more of a marketing stunt than a real contest. Bradley's remarks echo the views of purists who believe mismatches like this harm boxing's image, making it look like a show instead of a sport. His words show frustration with modern boxing putting spectacle and profit above fair competitive matchups.
Man, this is gonna be better than damn Circus on Lake. Yeah, they gonna look weird as hell in the ring together, man. You see how big Jake Paul is? 200 plus pounds? Man, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Yeah, the circus continues. This is why I can't stand damn Jake Paul. This is why I can't stand him, man. Shoot. Man, Canelo Alvarez is about to jump on that train, too. You got guys like Andre Ward that want to take care of Jake Paul. You got guys, again, Tank. We already knew this was coming. This was supposed to come right after the Rose fight, but he got a draw. Now they didn't skip and ski past the damn Rose fight. Ain't that damn something? I cannot believe this. This is crazy, man. That's why you gotta stop hanging out there and out there in the ATL, man. Stop hanging out there in that ATL, man. You'll be wearing a skirt in a minute, man. Y'all act like y'all ain't see them damn videos of them dudes wearing all them skirts, man. Yeah, then all these rappers and stuff wearing skirts and dresses, man. Man, Tank, you better not put a dress on, Tank. Don't put no damn dress on, man. Don't do that, man. But anyways, man, look, this is all jokey jokes. You can take it serious if you want to take it serious. I don't give a damn. Yeah, Tank, ducking and dodging, hiding out. Oh yeah, is it a payday? Hell yeah, it's a payday. Ooh, it's a payday out of this world. Man, Tank Davis he's saving PBC. You know PBC ain't getting no money from Amazon. Y'all know that.
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult gave a direct opinion, saying Jake Paul will land heavy shots on Gervonta Davis. His reasoning comes from the obvious physical edges Jake holds in this fight: size, reach, and power. Though Tank has skill, Showbiz argued that Paul's strength and toughness would let him control the action. This view adds to the growing doubts about Davis's chances in such a contest. While Davis has speed and sharp technique, Showbiz believes the physical differences will decide the outcome, pushing the fight in Jake's favor.
How does Tank Davis beat Jake Paul? I mean, you have Shakur Stevenson saying Jake Paul doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, and that Gervonta Tank Davis would just outbox him and beat him on points.
I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
And I get that. But when I think of Tank Davis, I think of a guy who kind of counters you to knock you out. I think of a guy who's not really a busy fighter. And this isn't just a size thing, because hell, if it was Jake Paul versus the prime Manny Pacquiao, I would say Manny Pacquiao because of Manny Pacquiao's style, how busy he is, how he hops in and out. I think he would collect the points. While Tank Davis, I think he punches the least amount of all fighters in the world right now. So do I think he can one punch KO Jake Paul? Well, the thing is about Gervonta has really shown a huge amount of concern fighting anything north of 135.
Many analysts have also questioned Tank's ability to knock out Jake Paul. They point to his latest fight against Lamont Roach, where Tank failed to make much of an impact against a rival who wasn't as strong, large, or naturally gifted as Jake. Since Davis couldn't hurt Roach badly, critics wonder how he could damage a bigger, tougher fighter like Paul. This reasoning has led many fans to think Tank's knockout image won't work against larger opponents. It's not only about landing clean punches, but whether those punches have enough force to do damage, something many doubt in this matchup.
Thoughts? Do you think that Gervonta Davis will actually knock out Jake Paul? Because in my opinion, he won't, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, Gervonta Davis, my Muslim brother Abdul Wahid, he will not knock out Jake Paul. And let me tell you why. But before I do, like I said, please let me know your thoughts. Please. I want to figure out what you guys think about this. Because, I just woke up to this news and I'm trying to process this as I'm making this video. So let's get into it. First thing that came to my mind, Gervonta Davis will not knock out Jake Paul. Let's talk about it. Well, let's talk about the Gervonta Davis side first. Let's look at his last fight, ladies and gentlemen. This man fought Lamont Roach, a world champion at 130 pounds. And Gervonta Davis was never, ever, ever able to budge him, to hurt him, to rock him, to drop him. If anything, the 130-pounder Lamont Roach, and him being a 130-pounder, actually looked bigger than Gervonta Davis on fight night. The 135-pound champion looked smaller than the 130-pound champion. And let's not act like Lamont Roach has any elite level experience in the pro ranks. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Before Gervonta fought Lamont, we only heard about Lamont when he fought Hector Garcia. That was my first time ever hearing of Lamont Roach. And that was probably a year before he fought Tank.
Young contender Bruce "Shoo Carrington voiced frustration at how these types of fights affect boxing's future. He noted that Jake Paul has mostly faced older, retired, or less skilled fighters. And now Gervonta Davis, once feared as a star, is no longer at his very best. Carrington warned that the sport is moving away from true competition and becoming only about money-making shows. He cautioned that if Paul and his backers like Turki Al-Sheikh keep pushing such events, younger fighters may follow, choosing cash over competition. But others see Paul's actions differently, saying he also seeks respect, not just money. They believe Paul wants to prove he belongs in serious boxing talks, and facing Davis helps him move closer to that goal. Since his debut, Paul has been fighting for recognition, and each win takes him nearer to being taken seriously.
And it definitely seems like this is that he wants the respect of legitimacy. He doesn't want to be looked at like some type of, circus act. Like, people think that he's doing these fights that are being thrown. He's not legitimate, and his detractors are saying that it's like, yeah, okay, well, you did this and you did that, but these guys were old or, they were retired or this and that. But the fact of the matter is when you fought a real fighter, you lost. So people are like, you're not legitimate. That's what people say. So after everything I've seen on him, if he can beat Tank Davis, I think he'll have his legitimacy card. If he can beat or do something like Rocky 1 to where you got people questioning who won, then he's going to get all the respect in the world. That's how I think it's going to go. Because I've seen Tank just destroy people, body people, play with his food, with people. You know what I'm saying? Tank is legit as it gets. So, hey, I had to do this video real quick. You let me know what you think. Now, some of you are already going to say, is this, they're going to fix it, just like they fixed the other ones.
Finally, some critics dismiss the hype by reminding people that the fight is set as an exhibition. They argue that this label removes most of the excitement because exhibitions are rarely fought with the same seriousness, risk, or stakes as official matches. For these voices, the event is just a show instead of a real fight. They think fans should lower their expectations, realizing the contest is built for entertainment, money, and publicity, not to answer questions about boxing dominance.
Exhibition, it's really not going to be any competition. So when Gervonta gets in the ring with Jake Paul, please understand that this is not going to be a boxing match. It is going to be an exhibition. It is there for entertainment. Okay. It's kind of like, when you see, an advertisement and it's this beautiful piece of food, but that the only reason it looks like that is because it's spray painted and you got all kind of non-edible things on it to make it look better, make it look good. But it's really just an exhibition. It's just something to give you a general idea of and get you excited about some general nonsense. That's the only way that I can describe it. You get to see Jake Paul in the ring. You get to see Gervonta in the ring. You get to see him move around, but you're not going to really see a competitive fight. It's an exhibition. So this is not going to be a real fight for Jake Paul. My understanding is that a real fight for Gervonta Davis is probably going to be 10 2-minute rounds, and nothing's really going to happen. It's going to be choreographed. If Jake Paul gets too cute and tries to land something too hard on Gervonta's probably just going to move and fight on the outside, slip shots, get on the inside, wind up hitting him with something that could be quite heavy. So, like I'm saying, don't take it and think that this is some real fight.